Hello, welcome. This is the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is going to be the Divine Masculine reading for the month. I'm going to do this one in completely intuitive. I may jump over to the books a little bit if I want to get some reference points out. I am burning some sage, some copal, and some frankincense right now, and have asked to be cleared of any unnecessary energies so that I may be enlightened to do this reading, to bring you the messages that you need to receive. This is for anyone that is identifying with male energy, that wants to help purify and balance their male energy. So it's not about genders. However, if you do look at the feminine reading as well, you can look at how these two energies are playing together. So if you need to balance some energies in a partnership, you can seek some wisdom there to do that. And this is also about coming into a divine state of being by being able to balance these energies in yourself. So I'll just go through the reading and explain to you what's going on as I move through. In the bottom left, this is the position of your deep ancestry, what has been programmed into you and is in your subconscious. This entire bottom row deals with this. I'm seeing that there is something in the physical body that feels a little bit disabled here. A sense of weakness, physical weakness, that maybe gives you powers in another way that compensates for this physical weakness. Or the physical weakness may be because of a lack of balance and the overuse of other powers. These other powers feel like they're coming from a place that's trying to extend out and have some communication with the world through, I want to say, like the chest area. For some reason, like the nipples are coming to mind, but it could just be through the hands. There's also this sense of kind of a terrestrial form of thinking, of that also is rooted in something quite ancient. I'm thinking of corals, I'm thinking of spiders. There's this embedded knowing in a way of connecting to something that you're descended from that really overpowers any independent thought and will. So there may have been, I'm even getting now like priest, there may have been a lineage in your family of someone that really gave themselves over to something beyond the physical. And it could have been a spiritual practice, spiritual practitioner. Now I'm looking at the card next to it, and this is really what is in more of your immediate environment, your childhood, how you were programmed in that environment. And I'm getting a sense of, like, you could have had, there's the potential of having such a sweet childhood, but instead of engaging that aspect of it, there was fighting and this need to be heard and becoming physically more intense than probably necessary to try to be heard. But even in doing this and trying to create that presence that animals often do when they want to appear scary, you weren't fully able to embody this. it wasn't really of your true nature. And it's as if you're trying to project what you're saying and you're not even being heard, because you're not even speaking it in a way. Like you haven't found your voice. And you feel caught in between what other outside things are coming in, as if you're just getting stabbed from multiple directions and you have no control. So there may have been a lot of conflict in your environment as a child, and due to this, you may have been in a suspended state of hyper arousal, although your true nature is not of this character. And then the next card over, I'm seeing this message of coming to the light, maybe with someone else. So this position is really about what is in your shadow. And it doesn't have to be negative or positive, it just simply is. But the shadow can be a space, even in its neutralness, that is nourishing, if you think of it as the womb, as a place to birth something new, if it's used correctly. So I'm definitely seeing that you may be in partnership a little bit with someone right now and seeking something that is a little bit more spiritually evolved than an ordinary thing, but not much, just a little bit. And it's like you want to become, it's important that you have this companionship that really mirrors you, and that what you are seeking in a way also mirrors you. So you're learning to see yourself through something that you're actually looking at. So you may be encountering a spiritual lesson at this time with the help of another person. And then the last card in this row is about repressed emotion. I am definitely getting not a full-blown chaotic energy here, but there are parts that are truncated, parts that tried to grow, that got blurry and did not fully evolve. So your emotional state could use some attention in the subconscious area. It seems like there's arrested development, and even when you did try to fully develop, you didn't know how to crystallize your feelings and how to have any mastery in this area. So it's feeling quite stunted here, and you may want to seek out something that helps you review this area of your life and any emotions that you may have buried. I'm going to go up now to one of the higher rows and look at what's available as far as higher energies that you have access to. So what I'm initially getting here is this reclaiming of, I don't want to use the cliche term of your inner child, but it's pretty glaringly obvious here. This inner child, and this inner child's in alignment with, as all children usually are, with a higher purpose. They're seeing through not their own eyes, but because they're so innocent, they have no filter that is obstructing the eye of God viewing through them, if that makes any sense. This energy is way lighter. It's more joyful. It's creative. It's even got a bit of release to it. It feels playful and even a little bit musical. So that type of energy could be very restorative for you. And I'm going to see if there are more energies in the higher realms here for you. I'm getting that you have access to quite a bit more. There is a lot of wisdom in the realms that can easily be accessed, and that's there just watching, waiting, which makes me think of what, I don't know if this will tie in, but before I started this reading, I was thinking that, you know, after maybe we transition at what we would call death at this lifetime, that time remains eternal. Everything that we've done remains eternal. It's recorded in human history, and in other dimensions you can see time layered in this way. And so I'm getting this coming through again then for you, that's saying, watch what you're doing, because you are being watched. Every one of your actions is eternal, and you may come to a position where you will have the opportunity to see that at some point, to do like the life review, and that accountability will be asked of you, and also it will remain in the records forever. So right action, right words, right speech. Okay, I'm going to move down to more of like one of the middle rows now, and we are going to look at how these energies can be integrated a little bit more. And I'm looking at the card on the right, which is about the actual energy that you can hold at this time in this realm. And you do have the God of Love. It seems like what I'm getting though doesn't feel necessarily pure. There's a need to be adored, especially by the female energy, and a need to appear more grandiose, to be in the center, to have multiple consorts, you know, begging for your attention while you ignore them. There's a real arrogance to this that I'm picking up on. And it is even like a using energy, like you want to get so many things done that you're just using whatever's in your environment without even acknowledging it, without even respecting it. And these energies that are there to support you are so beautiful and so loving and so innocent that either you are just completely out of touch with what it means to act in a place of respect, or you've never been shown that. It's like you don't understand how to respect, what that means, you're not even it's like you don't even see it. And it's not that these energies are asking to be seen. It would almost taint their perfected nature to become petty and to bring this to your attention. But know that you may want to carry the energy of more respect, of looking into your reality, of acknowledging when there's something pure around you and beautiful, and instead of using it, respect it. I'm looking now at your card of your psyche, and there is something deep, deep, deep within that is small, that's precious to you, that feels a little bit constrained by an excess of repetitive energy, instead of feeling more in the flow, or even so evolved that it's, like a a sacred geometry that's surrounding it. The energy surrounding what you hold precious in your psyche and what you're protecting, or what's protecting you, is surrounded by what feels like a lot of unnecessary, repetitive thoughts that are really not helping this source of wisdom, or what's protecting you, what you're protecting. It just feels unnecessary. So you may want to do some clearing there in that environment and establish some different energy, and even look at that idea of protection, especially in that mental area. And one of the last cards I'm going to look at here is about your action that you can take. I'm definitely getting the sense that you can give more from a space that's communicating something purer and healthier, and that you still may be having this confused mental space where you're really kind of disconnected and out of harmony with a higher purpose. You are maybe physically, grounded, and you're trying to build on something. Yet I see, again, this sort of grandiose energy that you have, and there is a different energy sitting by you that you guys are not connecting, and this energy is just silenced, and they look like they're concentrating on something else. Like for some reason you guys are put in the same space, but there's a disconnect and a sense that the worlds are like sort of separating apart between the two of you. This other energy seems content. It seems even magical, like it has a lot of creative ability and potential to it, but because there isn't this balance, there's this imbalance between the two. There isn't this cohort type of thing where there's an established give and take and mutual exchange. So you may want to, see if there is another relationship there going on for you where it's a little unbalanced and disconnected for you, and it seems like, at least I'm seeing you in good energy here. So I'm not quite sure, like, if there's a need to come together with this other individual or not, but I'm definitely seeing that there's a need for you to be stable, to give, to speak truth, but not in a way that is ugly and tyrannical and domineering. That you need to become very pure in your energy. And then I'm going to take a look here at the divine and masculine energies together. It does seem that the feminine energy is being more receptive to the divine, the divine masculine. The masculine is in a position to really give, and the feminine is definitely receiving. So they're in their own respective energies. There is a sense of maybe being on holiday or an escape or in a place that you may not always inhabit, or maybe there's an energy of being, I don't want to say like necessarily on a vacation, but it's kind of like a vacation. Like there's an escapist feel that I'm getting here to this. And in that, it's not so much to escape into the environment and take pleasure from the sensual things in that realm. It's to rebalance the energies, to know how to be in the male energy and to know how to be in the female energy, and to really get those back into alignment, as that creates a very stable reality around those energies that speaks of emotional tranquility, access to higher spiritual knowledge, growth, and security even. So that is what I've got for you, Divine Masculine, for this month. Please check out any of the other videos I have on offer on my playlist, and I hope that you will join me again. Thank you.